Hey guys, this is Rocketman Dan. Welcome to episode 7 of Let's Play. Now in the last episode I said I was going to fast forward until a right transfer to Duna, and as I went into the tracking station my PS4 crashed. So I had to relaunch this vessel, and I ended up with slightly less Delta V. I wasn't as efficient. And also, it was a good chance though, because I forgot to add a decoupler to that satellite. So it was really a good chance for me. And I also had to change some missions because I couldn't get that mission again that I had to explore Minmus. So I had to go and get an orbital spacewalk near Minmus and save someone orbiting Minmus as well to try and add up to the same cache that I had last time. But anyway, I did fast forward on this save. So let's select Duna as our target and we'll plan a manoeuvre. We're on exactly the right time to be leaving, year 1, day 239. So I'm going to set Duna as target, and we should be quite close to making a manoeuvre to go. So I'm just going to give it about 1050-ish Delta V in prograde, and that should just be about enough. Let's see there, that's 1058. That's not too bad. Okay, oh well, that's quite a close approach. Let's just fine tune this manoeuvre and see if we can get it to be spot on. Oh, there's an encounter just there. Let's focus on Duna and have a look. See how close we actually are. That's not too bad at all. Can we fine tune that at all? Oh, just there. No. Okay, this is quite fiddly. I think I need new controller because this analog stick seems to have a mind of its own. Let's turn on over to that manoeuvre. When is it? It's in 3 minutes 11 and the burn will take 1 minute 33. So in my small brain that works out to 46 seconds ish burn time, roughly speaking. So I need to start burning 46 seconds before the manoeuvre node, should I say. So 46 before, 46 after. That'll be it. I would get more Delta V if I deployed these fairings, but I want to keep them on just for now, just till we get to about midpoint. Okay, let's try and fast forward this a bit. You probably can't see much right about now. There we go. Having this keyboard hooked up makes things a hell of a lot easier. Let's just start that burn about there, and that should be good enough. It's only interplanetary travel, you know, you don't have to be too precise. Well, maybe a little bit, but with only going to Duna it's quite close by, and this isn't turned into a bad little ship once you're, you know, in space. I mean, trying to get it up, it was quite awkward. I think it was those fairings affecting the centre of lift. I don't think they work things out like I work things out. I think they must have used these as lifting surfaces. Maybe I'm not sure. I could have turned on the aerodynamic display by pressing F12. Yeah, F12 on the keyboard. But obviously I'm not in orbit anymore. I'm not in atmosphere anymore, so it won't make too much difference. Yeah, it's not a bad little ship though. I mean, it's got a decent thrust to weight, decent Delta V. They'll have more Delta V once to get rid of these fairings. More Delta V again once to get rid of the satellite. And, you know, that little lander there, that's got quite a bit of Delta V, I think, as well. What's that? Is that one? Yeah, 2100 metres a second. That's nothing to be scoffed at for a little lander. Hopefully that can get off of Duna, which is my main worry about it. But first we've got to get there, I suppose. Let's just have a see. Not very far now. I'm just really trying to stick to that manoeuvre node best I can, because without manoeuvre lock it's quite difficult to even see what you're doing. Well, it's difficult for me anyway. There we go. I think that's about centred just there. When we get down to probably about maybe 10 metres a second from completing the manoeuvre, I may actually just cut the engine off and just go into the map view and just fine tune it from there. It really doesn't want to stay with me here. Let's see if we can just do it there, just like that. And now I'm going to cancel that manoeuvre, go into the map screen and just burn prograde just a little bit. And we can see those intersect nodes getting quite close. There we go, just there. We have our intersection. But we can fine tune that in the at about midpoint, because that's obviously not going to be good enough. We want to bring that into an equatorial orbit. So I'll do a manoeuvre somewhere about here-ish. And then we'll come round. Oh, right up near the Apo is where we encounter it, so it should be quite efficient, I suppose. I'm just stepping up this time warp, because if you don't step up it, as you probably know playing on console, it's got a way of, you know, making your Perry or your Apo or anything just jump around, or your intersection not have an intersection anymore. So there we go, just like this. There we go, see, we haven't actually got an intersection anymore. So I'm gonna try my hardest to get that level again. Let's see what happens if we press on prograde. I'm just looking up my closest approach, which is 252 million kilometers away, and changing by the second by the looks of things, even though I'm not burning. So let's give it a small burn. That's further away, so we need to burn retrograde. And hopefully that should make us have an intersection with Duna. It really doesn't want to make this easy for me, I don't think. There we go. Let's give that a small burn and see if we can get another intersection with Duna, because that's quite annoying, that is. There we go, we've got something. Let's have a look, see what happens. We're just on the outskirts of it, I think. There we go. That's a little bit better, a little bit more like what I wanted. I promise that's what I wanted. So I'm going to step up that time warp again. Just waiting for it each time to catch up with my movements. We don't want it to jump out again and cause us not to have an intersection. But I just want to get out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. Then I can speed that up again a little bit, and we can get to about midpoint. Are we out of Kerbin's sphere of influence yet? No, because this line would be blue if it was. Here we go. Now we're actually out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. So let's plan a manoeuvre for about here-ish, I'm going to say. Add manoeuvre. Okay, and this bit could be a little bit fiddly, because I want to try and get in quite close equatorial. So we're coming from underneath Duna at the minute, so I want to do a normal burn, basically up. But probably just up, probably just normal and a bit of prograde as well. But when you're trying to fine tune it like this, you'll probably know it's really difficult with just the analog stick. It'd be so much handier if you could use a mouse with it as well, or maybe that little manoeuvre feature they have on PC, which I found very useful when I'm playing this on PC. It really does make getting these intersections a lot easier. But I suppose we can't have everything, can we? Still nice to have a bit of challenge involved. Let's try and bring that back up again so we're coming in more equatorial. I think I'm just going to click on the Perry so I can make sure we don't go in too far. Let's go up ever so gently. I mean, I'm really trying not to even move. Oh, looks like I'll have to give it some retrograde. But I'm really trying not to move the analog stick at all. Just trying to I mean move it to its least possible degree. Oh, that's a bit far, I think. Let's click on that periapsis again. Come on, click on. There we go. I'm just going to try and move it up to an equatorial line. And I want to try and make it intersect Ike's path as well, which that looks like it's coming from underneath. It's a bit hard to tell on this 2D display though. But yeah, that's definitely coming in from underneath. So I want to try and adjust that maneuver. Where's it gone? There we go. So there. Get it on the normal, anti-normal. And just try ever so slightly to mess around with it. So I was going the wrong direction there. I need to give it a little bit more anti-normal. There we go. It's working ever so slowly. It is working. I just want it to intersect with Ike. Oh, a bit too far now. I may have to just settle for it not being perfect. But I don't like doing that if I'm honest. There. I'm saying that's what I want. Oh no! I just moved the analog stick by mistake. Ah, I can't believe I've done that. That's really bad, that is. Yeah. Frustration gets involved now. But no rage quitting, because we wouldn't want to do that. No one wants... Well, I suppose some people want to see that, but not me. I'm not one for rage quitting. I like to see it as a bit of a challenge, really. Seeing if I can do it. I'm saying just there. There we go. I've opened the cursor now so we can't accidentally touch that. But I'm going to switch that maneuver to prograde and retrograde, I think. And I'm going to try and get it closer to the Carmen line of Duna. But I want to keep it above 50,000. That's my main goal. Oh, wow. That was so bad. Okay. And this is only the maneuver as well. You can't really make the maneuver do what you want it to do. Once you start your burn, because nothing's perfect, you can't judge when you... Sorry about this. When you're going to stop your engines, start your engines, you can't hold to your maneuver perfectly either. So it's all just a bit of a balancing act, unfortunately. I'm just going to try and move on over to that maneuver now, but that's only 8.9 meters a second, so I've really got to turn my engine down. If I turn it down, let's say to about 10-ish%, that should make it a bit more reasonable, I think. If I can make it, yeah, 10.66. That's a burn time of 6 seconds now. Let's see, let's go into the map and manually start fast forward, and then I'll warp to maneuver. That'll make things a little bit easier, I think. There we go. And now I'm going to try and click on the line somewhere and warp to next maneuver. There we go. I thought I'd best fast forward that for you a little bit, because you don't want to sit around waiting for the time warp to complete. But it reminds me, I've got to do some science as well whilst I'm here. So let's press 2. There we go. Seismic scan can't be done yet, unfortunately. Well, that's okay. We'll do these ones. We'll do an EVA report, because why not? Jeb's always wanted to go into a solar orbit, which is technically what we're doing now, even though we're going to come into contact with Duna, but we're high over the sun. So we're going to board that now, and also open one of these mystery goo pods. Oh, that's something. I just thought as well, I hope my satellite will get signal once I'm at Duna. Because if not, that could be bad. Because then I can't redock. Well, I can redock to it, but it makes things a lot more difficult. Let's fold on over to this maneuver. Turn on stability assist and try and put ourselves on that maneuver node. I'm just going to look at Duna whilst I complete this maneuver, because we really do want to do that. There we go. I'm just going to go for a full burn for now and see if this can help it a little bit. Whoa. It's only 0.9 meters a second left to change it by that much. It's going to be a tricky burn, this is. And I can't really see when I'm on my maneuver node either. Nice to be able to turn off that anti-normal marker, because I don't need to see that right now. I need to see my maneuver. But oh well. We can adjust, we can fine-tune this without a maneuver, just by rolling either prograde, retrograde or normal anti-normal. That'll be about the right thing to do. Let's zoom in a little bit. Got intersection there with Ike, I believe. And whoa, too far. Oh well. Let's have a see what our Perry is, shall we? That's not bad, 110. So I'm just going to flip on over, and I'm going to turn the engine down even more to a 0.1%, I think. Just get that down real low. Oh, that's a thrust away to not thrust away, sorry, a thrust of 1. Can I make that go less? 0.5. There we go. Even better. Where is? There it is. Want to click on the Perry. I'm just going to give it a touch of throttle. See how fast that's going with just a touch of the throttle. 69. Yeah, that's great. That's nice. We're not coming in too straight though, so I'm going to have to correct my inclination a little bit. I think burning anti-normal will be the thing to do here. Yeah, because I want to try and bring it up level with that. But I'm going to release the satellite soon, because I want that to arrive in a different orbit if I can. There we go. See, we're changing it now. And hopefully it should come to intersect Ike a lot cleaner, at a lot, you know, at a better inclination, maybe even equal. I'm saying about there, I'm going to call that good enough, and I'm going to plan my maneuver just here. Add maneuver. And I'm just going to give it a retrograde burn once I get to Duna at my Perry. There we go. I want to bring it down to about Ike's orbit line, if I can. Oh, we're getting intersect there with Ike. Let's focus on Ike and see what that does. So click on that maneuver again. I actually want to land on Ike first. Well, that's in a retrograde orbit, I believe. I'd much prefer it in. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Oh, well, I couldn't have wished for better, really. I'm just going to give it a little bit more retrograde. It shouldn't take much. There we go. You can see it climbing up. I'm really, if you looked at my hand, you wouldn't even think I was moving the analog stick. I'm using it so gently. And this is where I usually mess things up and go too far and end up doing something really silly. But you can't tell when it's going to start kicking. Come on. There we go. I'm really trying to move it there. 38. Well, we can adjust that manually once we come to it. So I'm going to cancel out of there. I'm also going to quick save because, you know, that's clever, which I really should have done last time, but I didn't. Let's jettison these fairings. We'll lose those to space. And Yeah, when I was building this, when you watch me build it, I didn't actually put this decoupler on, and if the PS4 didn't crash, I wouldn't have found out until I got here, so I'm really happy about that. Let's turn stability assist. There we go, and detach it just here. When's that manoeuvre in? 194 days, 2 hours and 55 minutes. We want to decouple that and switch to that vessel. There we go. Let's see if we can just get out of here a little bit. Okay, which way do we need to go? Let's think about just there, a bit of radial. I suppose we should turn on the engine. And just give it a little puff just to get out of there. There we go. Now let's see what that's done to our orbit of Duna. See that? Just that tiny little movement has caused us a world of hurt. So, what way I'd fix that? I think burning prograde would fix that, which should be around here. Yeah. Oh, I know what we forgot to do. We forgot to undo these solar panels. That could have been a mistake. There we go. Extend these solar panels, and Jeb hasn't got to worry about not being in signal when it comes time. And also, let's turn down this engine. It's too powerful at the minute. So, yeah, that's bringing us in a lot closer. And we want to be coming in polar when it happens. There we go. How do we focus on Duna again? No, we don't want to focus. We want to focus on Duna. There we go. Focus view. And I suppose a little bit more prograde wouldn't hurt. It'd be nice to be able to lock onto things again, but we can't. And is it anti-normal I want? No, it's normal, obviously. There we go. I'm just going to bring that up just above the atmosphere. Let's see what that says. 43. Yeah, 81, that's great. I now forgot when my next manoeuvre was. Let's have a see. Okay, add manoeuvre. Going to get this into a high polar orbit. I don't want Ike getting in the way at all. Notorious for getting in the way. So if I put it in a polar orbit, it hasn't got much of a chance. There we go. Nice high polar orbit there. And then I'll do another manoeuvre to burn prograde at my apo to circularize this orbit. So it'll be wide around Duna. And that is in 194, 3 hours 46. Okay, that's not bad. Turn up that. There we go. 194, 346. And this ship is in... No, that's a decoupler. 194, 252. So this manoeuvre needs doing an hour before the other manoeuvre. Did we collect the science? So let's see. I think we must have. Where is... There's Jeb just there. Okay, so can we have a look in this science unit, science storage unit, and I knew I should have left a space for it. Okay, I can't see a thing either. Let's aim the camera. Where is it? Aim camera. There we go. And I'm just going to try and zoom in and try and see if there's anywhere on here I can have a look. There we go, just there. 0 experiments in it. Okay. Alright, so there we go. Just tap 3 on the keyboard, then it must have been because I had the mouse out when I wanted to do something. Okay, so that's out of there now. Let's face retrograde. And yeah, we do need to speed up till just in the sphere of influence of Duna. Okay, so let's start off that time warp. We don't want it to jump out on us again. Come on. I'd actually like to get something achieved. There we go, warp here. There we go. That signal strength doesn't look too promising though, does it? It really doesn't look too promising. We are in the sphere of influence of Duna now, I believe. There it is. Just there. And there's Ike. Let's turn around so you can see something. There we go. Do a little bit more science. Because that's what we came here for. To earn some science. And the last mystery go on this one. Because then the rest can be done when we're in orbit of the planet and moon we want to look at and study. So collect those. Oh, we'll need to do an EVA report as well, I think, just to try and maximise that science. Where did he go? There he is. Just hanging on a little bit there. Go on, Jeb. Must be very lonely and quite cramped, I would imagine. Board that vessel and collect that science. I'm not going to bother rolling round to the manoeuvre, not just yet. Oh, burn time, 1 minute 43. Let's change that, shall we? 30 seconds, that's a lot better. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. I'm going to start fast forwarding. And then hopefully it won't do something bad. Great, that didn't take long at all. Let's roll on round to retrograde. Need to start burning 15 seconds before the node. That's not too terrible. Well, yeah, that's not too terrible. Duna's looking quite nice. I've actually forgotten what our periapsis was on Duna. Our current one is... oh, not planned at the right space at all. Something happened there, didn't it? What will that do to our target of Ike? Set as target. Oh, we need to adjust this manoeuvre quickly. Oh, yeah, something really weird happened there, didn't it? Okay, let's focus view and click on the manoeuvre. What's this say? 48,000. Well, we don't need that much then, do we? About there, that'll do nicely. Burn time 32 seconds now, so 16 seconds before the node. Great, I'm glad I looked at that, because that could have turned out quite badly. Just speed things up a tiny bit. Oh, too far, but doesn't matter. Let's take a look in this map, shall we? And see what happens. We can see that blue line, our path, changing as we go along. I love this. It looks really cool, I think, seeing what the orbits are going to be like. Let's see what happens as we get closer to the node. Come on, not too much further now. Yeah, we've got a stable orbit. And just keep going, just a little bit. Still facing retrograde, not even bothering to follow the manoeuvre, because the manoeuvre was basically just burn retrograde. Okay then. Just there, let's burn prograde a tiny bit. We'll need to turn that thrust down again. Wow, it really is something to look at, isn't it? Duna, that is. Really something to look at. Just keep an eye on that periapsis just there. Okay, and burn prograde a small amount. I'm going to try and get that to about 30,000. My peri on Ike, that is. Get that to about 30,000. Actually, whilst I'm in low orbit above Duna. Oh, is this low orbit or is it still classed as high over? I'm not sure now. So we'll see. High over Duna. Crew report, atmospheric pressure scan. Well, high over Duna. Yeah, we'll do the other ones later then. We'll plan a manoeuvre at Ike, just at our peri, and see when that is. Okay, just a little bit more. There we go. That's in 1 day and 1 hour. Right, I think we need to switch back to the satellite. I'm going to F5 that there on the keyboard, and I'm going to go to the tracking. Do I need to go to the tracking station? Oh, there's a satellite just there. So that's in 1 day, 1 hour. Let's switch to the relay. Okay, and this node's in 50 minutes, 50 seconds. So let's try and turn on over to that manoeuvre best we can. There's Duna just there, and we should be coming in polar. We've still got a chance to change things though. Yeah, that looks about right. And it's only a 20-second burn, 21 seconds really. So we'll warp to manoeuvre if we can. What's that say? Yeah, warp to manoeuvre. You can see our ship with Jeb on. He's ready to meet Ike when it comes round. But this one will be the one we want to focus on for now. Come on, just a little bit more. We'll start that burn if we can. There we go. High over the poles. I think it actually might look better from here. I do like the polar orbit. It does make things a little bit more trickier, but I do like a polar orbit. Come on, we just want to bring that round. There we go. Kind of snap into. There we go. It's snapped into position. And we're going to make a manoeuvre. So we'll cancel this manoeuvre because that's good enough. It was only an arbitrary manoeuvre anyway, just to give us an idea. I want to add a manoeuvre there to burn prograde. I want to try and make this circular if we can without coming into contact with anything. There we go. Now hopefully that should just keep going around and around and nothing should get in its way. Oh, it shouldn't get in anything else's way, should I say. But that's in 2 days. So we can actually switch back to our Jeb ship, the Duna Ike ship. So switch to. There we go. Everything's going for us. Let's set as target Ike. Come on, set as target. Oh no, not this again. Let's see what we can do. I'm not sure what to do now. It won't let me set it as target again. Well, I think the best thing to do is to quick save here and now quick load. There we go, we'll quick load it again. Let's see if that has any effect on what's going to happen. Nope, it really just doesn't want to let me do that. So I've just got to, wow, look at that, how it goes. Comes up, goes in and around, and then it would shoot us out of Duna's sphere of influence, I think. Yeah, probably would shoot us out of Duna's sphere of influence after we got going. I really like that though. Let's just speed things up a little bit, and hopefully Ike will be kind to us. We can see that satellite going on down to its manoeuvre, but our ship is connecting to it. We're about to reach our apoapsis now, and we should get into orbit of Ike before we have to go back to that satellite. So about now, I'm just going to cut that speed warp, that time warp, sorry. And what will our peri be? Well, it'd be so nice if I could focus on Ike at all. That'd be really nice. Nothing but problems on this one. No, I can't do anything there either. Let's just fast forward again, just so we're in Ike's sphere of influence. Technically. Come on, there we go. And we'll stop that time warp now. And we want to do some science again. There's Ike, just there. And Duna, looking like it's about to eclipse us. Okay, let's see, let's tap. No, it's not bound to the brakes, is it? I've bound it to the keyboard. There we go. These are the reasons we come here. Not because it is easy, because it is fun. You wouldn't believe it really, but this used to seem absolutely impossible to me a long time ago. Well, I won't say a long time ago, maybe like last year, or well, not last year, probably the year before that. But just doing anything like this just seemed absolutely impossible. I couldn't fathom it at all. And just a few videos later, and quite a bit of playing later, we figured it all out. So that's nice. We've done some science here. We've collected it all. I suppose we best turn on round to our manoeuvre. Come on, let's speed this up a little bit with a little bit of physics warping. It doesn't want to. There we go. Flip on round to there. And let's fast forward a little bit and warp to the next manoeuvre. Shouldn't be a big burn. 9 seconds. Look, that's nothing at all. Okay then. It's just like Kerbin's one, really, a little bit smaller. But I think size for size, it's the biggest moon relative to its parent body in KSP. I think, anyway. It's also at geosynchronous orbit. So anything you put in geosynchronous orbit of Duna will always be thrown off by Ike. So that's why I went for the polar orbit of the satellite. There we go. Just bring this in, let that snap together, and make us a nice circular orbit. Okay, just there. Yep, just what I wanted. Okay, now for the tricky part, and that's why I'm going to quick save in case something goes wrong. So, my plan, if you call it that, is to, what is it to do? It is to separate this docking port from here. So we're going to decouple the node, which is us, really. And now I'm going to set that as target. There we go. And I plan on just spinning round if I can. Come on, you know you can do it. Why is the lights off? There we go. Pointing towards my target, and if I jettison this stage, it should connect to that stage. No? There we go. And throwing away that mass has given us some acceleration. So hopefully this will connect now. There we go, we're connected. Ah, I love it when a plan comes together. I mean, we could have used the RCS thrusters, but, you know, this is a little bit more fun. So now we can actually disconnect this from here, decouple that node, and can we? Yeah, there we go. We can face retrograde for when we want to start our landing burn. Can we do any science now? While near Ike, maybe. If not, we'll have to get rid of all these. Yeah, whilst near Ike, and we can also do one of these, I bet. Observe a mystery goo whilst near Ike. Near Ike, yeah, there we go. So we'll collect that, and also do an EVA from here. I love it when you go on these missions where you just do so much science and you come back and you got something like, you know, 1200, 14, 2000 science. Just lets you know you did well. Let's board that and collect all the science. SAS on, face retrograde. And let's have a see. Where do we want to land? Where's the sunshine? Nowhere at the moment. That won't be for a while, that satellite. So let's warp round to about here. There we go, face retrograde, and we've got 1941 meters a second left. Where shall we land? Let's try and land on this nice light patch just here. So I'm just going to speed things up a little bit. and face retrograde and do a nice burn just there. I really should have saved, but I didn't. Again, terrible for that. About there, should be fine. Oh, was that? Yeah, that was the rest of the satellite. We're lucky we didn't crash into it, really. I thought we would have separated a little bit more. So let's turn like that so it's a little bit easier for landing. And turn our altimeter to above ground level. And we'll speed this up a little bit, shall we? There we go. Let's not go too mad. Just slow that down again. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that was definitely a little bit too mad. And I'm going to want to start slowing down soon. Let's open these legs up. Perfect. Hopefully we've turned down the springs, turned up the springs and the dampeners enough. So I think I'll start burning about now. And hopefully this part of the suicide burn doesn't actually mean suicide by burning too late. But we've got plenty of thrust. We've got like 80 kilonewtons of thrust. Let's just turn on the show all function. Thrust to weight of 12.5 really. And I'm just slowing it down just a little bit at a time. We're still 1,700 meters above the surface. But I actually want to turn that so it's to surface. I didn't think it was doing it properly. Let's just speed up again just a little bit and apply a nice big burn. Zoom out a little bit. It really does make life a hell of a lot easier having this altimeter that tells you exactly how high above the ground you are. In the old days we just had to judge it by eye or go into the cabin and look at the radar altimeter inside, but that only worked above a certain below a certain altitude. I think it was 3,000. We're not too far away now. Coming in for hopefully a soft landing, because it could go either way really. When you're doing this you just want to come in as slow as possible, as you probably already know. You don't want to be coming in too fast, and I don't think this is too fast. 0.5. Turn those engines off. Quick save. Hey, oh, that was so stressful. I'm so happy about that. Let me just do a little bit of science whilst we're here. There we go. Done all that science. Observe this mystery goo. There we go. And observe that materials bay. Great. I'm actually just going to pack away that solar panel if I can. Come on, let's pack away. Why is that not working? Oh well. Can I just do it by doing this? Or do I have to? Yeah. Looks like I didn't set that to toggle for some reason. But now I can. Did I collect the science? Let's have a see. Now I've collected the science. See, that was a good thing to do. Let's have a see. We want to. Can we decouple it? Please. There we go. Decouple. Undock, should I say. I'm just going to rock the ship from side to side. That's my big plan to get rid of it. Maybe it wouldn't work somewhere else, but hopefully on Ike it will. If not, we can just get Jeb up there to push it away. Because we just want to get rid of it a little bit. Come on. Just throw yourself away. There we go. Oh, I think we've done it. Great. There we go. Now we haven't got to worry about that. Let's EVA Jeb. And do take a surface sample. 240 science. Wow. No. Can we just do what I want it to do, please? No. Little bit just a little bit. I'm not greedy. Well, I am, but still. And EVA report from the mountain range, Central Mountain Range, CMR. So let go, RCS on, torch on. There we go. Whoa! Something weird is happening here. SAS on and off, RCS on and off. There we go. Something weird just went on there. Being quite glitchy. Central Mountain Range, I seem to remember it being called. So RCS off. And let's plant a flag. Plant flag. Perfect. Let's type this in, shall we? Edit text. CMR, Central Mountain Range. We'll always remember what that says, I promise. There we go. Okay, join me again for the next episode, because this is the end. Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, maybe leave me a comment, that would be great. See you next time. Bye bye.